Hi, Matt with Nomadic Native back with you. Thanks for tuning in again. This is the video for installing the Nature's Head composting toilet. I expect it to run long, so let's get started. Okay guys, so what I've got here, so I went to the local RV place and asked for a plug for a water line. And this is what they gave me. I'm going to wrap the threads with some thread tape. Tighten that down. Then I'll turn on the water pressure and test it out, see if it works. Let me show you what I got here, and never mind the mess. Yeah, the bathroom's a mess. I've got everything torn out from underneath the sinks to run the hose and all that. No big deal. I'll clean it all up here in a minute. But you may run across this same situation. As you can see, our bathroom is not very big. Space is at a premium in there, okay? And what I'm trying to do is, I'm going to have to make a decision here. You're supposed to be able to lift the lid far enough that you can pull out the urine jug down there, yeah? You're supposed to be able to place the toilet so that you can come in here and empty this urine jug pretty easily. You're supposed to be able to unlatch it, lift the lid, pull out the jug. Okay? You can see where I have it placed. I'm not going to be able to do that. You may have the same consideration on your install in that this bathroom is not very big. If I place it so that I can raise the lid, I'm all the way out here and I'm taking up quite a bit of bathroom space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it almost touching the back wall. I won't be able to lift the lid and get the jug out. So what I'll have to do is I'll just have to undo these knobs, one on each side, and pull it out a little bit first before I can lift the lid and take out the jug. I'd rather have that little bit of inconvenience than to give up the premium amount of floor space in our bathroom. So there's something to think about. Okay, so I have the toilet placed exactly where I want it. And now I'm going to mark the location of the mounting screws. And because I'm backed up against the wall and I'm going to be undoing these knobs, taking these knobs off, sliding it out a little bit so that I can raise the lid and get the urine jug out, I'm going to mark my mounting screw locations. For example, on this side, more inclined this way, and on the other side more inclined in the other direction, so that I'm having to, when I tighten these up, I'm actually pulling the bracket into the toilet. What that's going to do for me is when I take those out, I'm hoping that it'll keep me from having to pick the toilet up over these indentions. And when I take these off, these will spring back just a little bit, and I'll be able to slide the toilet straight out and straight back in, as opposed to having to pick it up and put it back. So that's what I'm doing. Don't know if I'm going to be successful, but I'm going to try it that way. And yes, in case you're wondering, this is what we call American ingenuity. You guys, pulling those L brackets setting them back just a little bit from the toilet on both sides worked out perfectly. I can pull those knobs off and slide the toilet in and out of the brackets without having to pick the toilet up at all. Here you can see how the hose comes out of the cabinet. I hope you can see it. And straight up into my elbow. And you can see the power cord hanging there. Go ahead and plug that in for you so you can hear the fan. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. You listen for the fan. Last thing I have to do underneath the cabinet, you can see the pipe goes underneath the bottom of the cabinet there and down into the wet bay, is that big hole down into the wet bay. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with the other hole, or at least try to. I'm going to put some steel wool down in there to discourage anything from coming up in from there. And then I'm going to put some insulation over it. Maria's coming out to inspect. See if I'm... Say hi.
Hello.
She's coming out to inspect to see if I'm doing the job. See the hole I drilled right there?
Yep.
I'm going to make it a little bigger, of course, but that's where the pipe... I'm going to put a screen over the hole and...
Put a little fan for the toilet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's our exit pipe, so that's how I'm doing it. Good enough?
Yep.
Okay, good. I got my hole drilled. I'm going to use some sandpaper and roughen up this area around the hole and the bottom of this flange. And then I'm using this stuff here. 100% silicone sealant. Says it has outstanding adhesion, so silicone adhesive, I guess. And it says it's for plastic sheets and other plastics. So should work fine as an adhesive, and also a silicone gasket between the flange and this plastic. And all the air coming from the fan in the toilet goes right out the bottom of the coach. And it just so happens it's right here behind the mud flap, so I should keep some of that water and stuff from the road from going up in that hole, I guess. You see the hole right there, the mud flap. So that's what I'm doing. Back in a bit. Okay, so my last step out here with the flange and the hose is, I haven't got it yet, but I'm going to go, when I'm back in town, I'm going to stop back at Lowe's and get a piece of screen, flexible screen, that I can put over this flange and then put the hose over it. And that'll keep bugs and whatever from coming up through the flange and crawling up the hose and getting into the toilet or into the fan or whatever. I don't know how much of a problem that really would be, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of it anyway. Until then, I'm going to leave this off. That silicone adhesive worked really, really good. That thing is on there really solid. And so that's how I did it. You might have a different way, and your way is probably better than mine, and that's okay. I think this is going to work just fine. Okay, guys, I want to show you where I got power for the fan from. I've got this light down here, and I've never used it. If I ever did use it, I would have changed that bulb to LED. But I mean, I just don't. In all the years that we've had the coach, I've never had enough, an occasion to use the light. So I came down and I just clipped the wires, and I caught my 12 volt on those wires. Next time I get to Lowe's, I'll get the right connectors, and you can see I've got it taped up with electrical tape just to get 12 volt out of it. Next time I'm at Lowe's, when I go back to get the screen for the flange down here. I'll also pick up a couple of connectors so I can connect these back up just in case I ever do need that light. And I'll eventually put a LED in there like I have on the inside. So that's where I got power from, easy as it can be. And if I ever need to turn it off, you know, I'm catching power before the switch up here, so if I ever need to turn power off, I just unplug it from the inside. Just unplug it from the fan. No big deal. So that's how I have it right now, but I will get those connectors and get it all connected back up. So there you go. So there you have it. That's how I installed the Nature's Head composting toilet. Once we've had a chance to use it for a while, I'll come back and make another video telling you what we think of it. Sorry for the video running so long. There was a lot of information, and I hope it helps you in some way. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.